for Garrett House, everybody.
Thank you.
What a great song. Garrett House, everybody.
What's goody, hot breath of birds? This is Joel Byers here. No, it's not. We're the Joke Gym, not on a podcast. How's everybody doing? The podcast I watch on how to be better at this. It's not working. Yeah, my name is Garrett House. Drew said that. Not a big fan of that first name. It's kind of a cumbersome first name to have. It's a cumbersome first name to have because it sounds too much like too many other first names that are much more popular. What I mean by this, I'll be at Starbucks, right? I'll be trying to place an order. And somebody will ask for a name for my order, right? Can I get a name for your order? Yes, Garrett. Okay, one chai latte for Jared. Got it. Actually, that's Garrett. Okay, one chai latte for Eric. Understood. No, that's Garrett. Okay, one chai latte for Aaron. Understood. Nope, that's Garrett. One chai latte for Karen. Okay, no. At this point, I would like to speak to your manager. It's not Karen. Wish I had a much more recognizable name than that. Something that had, and you're not going to mishear for like another name. Something that you couldn't mishear ever, you know. I don't care at this point. I'd take Hitler even if I had it option. You know what I mean? Who's going to mishear that at Starbucks? Can I get a name for your order? Yeah, Hitler. Was that Peter? No, my name is Hitler House. My parents are black Nazis and I hate myself. Skim milk, please. I am lactose intolerant. House is a better last name. House is a better last name. I will give my parents that much credit. It's fun to mess around with that name. My last name is a building that we all live in sometimes, if, at least at some point of our lives, I hope. Maybe not. Maybe you're in an apartment. I don't know. You know, like an efficiency, like me. I don't know. It's really kind of it's a part of a house. I don't know what to call that. But yeah, it's a good last name to have. You mess around with it, right? I get to go to like breakfast. Hey, could I get a stack of pancakes for free, please? My name is on the building. This is the International House of Pancakes. My last name is Garrett House. I get to go to the White House on President Day. Hey, can I get some free health care? My name is on the building. Kind of a cheesy one, that. But my kids are not going to have this problem with the shitty first name. I'm going to make sure of that. I'm going to give them very, like, recognizable, very, like, meaningful names. That's the other problem with Garrett. It doesn't mean anything. It just sounds white. That's from what I can surmise. That's the entire goal. My kids aren't going to have that problem. My first three kids are going to be named Trap, Crack, and Whore.
Wow.
Street cred, brand recognition, they're not going to be messed with at school, that's for sure.
I don't know why. I'd be in trouble with this girl.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But or what if I name the dude Whore? Then he's the pimp, right? I've been thinking about these things ahead of time. Yep, 29 years old, that's my age. I've been over this already, yes. Applause for 29. I don't like applause for 29. I don't like being 29. It's too close to 30. I just want to be 30 already and get it over with. I was about to say I don't mind being 30. I'm going to mind being 30 very much. Can't put the 2 in front of them anymore. It's going to be a whole different decade. It's like I'm being like teased by my own mortality and I just don't like it. Just get it over with. You know, I kind of just wish that I could be all the way at the end at this point and just kind of peter off.
Like 30? Like, just want to be done with 30?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where that one's going. That's about going to my grave is where it's going. Like Drew mentioned, I'm from Lathrop Village, Michigan. Where is that? It's a village? Is that like a farming town in the UP? No. It's a suburb inside of Southfield, which is a suburb of Detroit. I hate that place to be from. It's so frustrating to be from Lathrop Village, but nobody knows where it is. Outside of Drew and like maybe a couple people in this room. Might just be it. Right? How do I explain that to people who I'm trying to introduce myself to in college, right? Hey Garrett, where are you from? I'm I'm from Detroit.
Right. Right.
I can't say that. I can't back that up because I'm afraid. I'm afraid all the time that if I say I'm from Detroit, somebody who's actually from Detroit will object to that in a very aggressive manner. Like I'll be in college and be like, hey, yeah, so I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And somebody from actual Detroit, Michigan will emerge from like behind the building and be like, hey, Garrett, heard you saying you're from Detroit. I think you mean Southfield, poser. Sorry, yeah. That's Southfield. Didn't see you there. Yeah, I'm from Southfield, Michigan. And somebody from Southfield will jump out the window, wham, Superman style. Oh, Southfield, Garrett? I think you mean Lathrop Village. Sorry about that. That's my bad. From Lathrop Village. Both those people just beat me up. Then beat each other up. Also from Africa. I'm also from Africa. That's, I'm not African, I'm African American. Why do I have to make that distinction? Isn't that a weird, what does that even mean? I'm not African, I'm just African American. Point is not making. I'm descended from the slaves that were brought here on the slave ships, not like a transplant recently. Are we getting that across here? Yeah. So, not a transplant. What else do you call them? They're transplants. My ancestors did not come here on purpose. They were heavily coerced. You getting this across here? Heavily coerced. But actually, like, it's not that controversial to say that I'm from Africa, because technically all human beings are from Africa. We go back far enough. Teachers in here know this, if they're familiar with the out of Africa theory of evolution, right? Human evolution, right? Everybody in here is descended from a small group of primates that developed on the continent of Africa. Isn't that crazy? What does that make us as like a human race? It's interesting to think about. I think that means that it really just means white people are just black people that made it out the hood. And then racist white people are black people that made it out the hood and then forgot where they came from. Which is why they like Kanye West so much. Right? Think about it. I don't like Kanye West that much because I didn't forget where I came from. I like Dave East a lot more because he did not forget where he came from. He's and that's not just like an anagram on their two names, even though I just realized that it is. Anagram is not the right word, but like a juxtaposition. It is though, West and East. He's a better rapper from New York. We'll leave it at that, okay? Nobody here listens to Dave East except for me, that's for sure. And I know that you don't, because when I say get in hand watching Ozarks, you guys don't know what that even is referencing. It's a line from one of his songs. I think it's very explicit and very inappropriate. Because how are you receiving like oral sex from somebody and you're so like underwhelmed that you're like, you know what this head needs? Jason Bateman from Ozarks. It's kind of a wild ingredient to add to an already pretty good night, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Davies probably has a lot of casual sex. So I don't think the sex he has is actually that casual though, because I don't think any sex is honestly that casual. I don't think being naked is a very casual outfit. You know? Also, people ask all these questions about like casual sex, like, oh, is it serious between you two? Oh no, I'm just almost getting this person pregnant ironically. Of course it's serious. There's future lives almost not involved a lot of the time. Aside from that, I also figured out on the subject of casual sex, the best way to respond to a you up text when you're hanging with the fellas, it's a sorry gentlemen, booty calls. Walk out the door. Or wherever you are. Maybe it's a tent. You open the tent flap and you exit. You're hanging with the fellas on a campsite. That's crazy. If you get a booty call when you're out camping, what do you do?
Keep wishing.
I guess. You just go out into find a signal and like try to have some cyber interrelations or something. I don't know. Interrelations. Is this a clean mic? I'm keeping it clean, Drew. I'm keeping it clean. Almost not. It's supposed to be clean. Very close. Very close. I could have just said relations. I realized I could have just said relations. You know what that means. This is kind of my normal face. It's not like I'm not super expressive, so people like to tell me I should smile more. It's kind of a challenge I have going through the world. You know, It's the only thing you can ask total strangers to do and just expect them to follow your instructions. You know? Yeah, because you can't be like, hey, you can be like, hey, let's see that smile. But you can be, hey, what that mouth do? It takes more muscles to see what that mouth do than it doesn't to not to see what that mouth do. You'll feel so much better. So so we see what that mouth do. It's all these endorphins that get released, and prove your outward alertness. Psychological text written about this in the textbooks. Trying to keep this clean. Trying to keep it. I do not. That's keyword trying. Keyword trying. What else did I got on that? Cat calls. Oh yeah, people get cat called sometimes. I get cat called very infrequently. Mostly because I'm a dude. And I've noticed this. I think when ladies get catcalled, when dudes get catcalled, it's two entirely different experiences. I think when ladies get catcalled, it's this feeling of like, I've never felt so objectified and like mistreated and stuff. And when dudes get catcalled, it's like, I am leaving my family for this person.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd end up on the streets with a homeless lady, but I guess beggars can be choosers. Because she chose me. A lot of homeless people are actually homeless because of drug abuse. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but like sometimes drug abuse ends up with people on the streets. We're learning stuff at these open mics, aren't we? But yeah, I have the opposite problem with like homeless people who are like homeless because of drug abuse. I don't do enough drugs. I'm actually like very sober. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure that out. But like, I'm thinking about not being that anymore. I'm thinking about trying like hard psychedelics just to flex on all my friends from high school who are always trying to get me to drink and smoke. Just kind of skip the line on like the drug hierarchy. You know? Show up to like a high school reunion in a couple years. Hey Gary, you want to try one of these IPAs? Or like it's got like tones of citrus or whatever. No, I don't want to do that. I want to leave Earth and commune with the Anunnaki with a bowl of DMTs and ayahuasca. Do you want to do that, Tom? No, you just want to sip on your IPA like a square. Cool, dude. And I just spend the rest of the night vomiting and having diarrhea in a pit.
Wow.
That's how ayahuasca works, in case you're curious. It's not a fun experience biologically. But it is spiritually, evidently. So, what else? Some people say religion is a drug. Some people say religion is the opiate of the masses. That's interesting, right? I think that's wildly disrespectful in the middle of an opioid epidemic. You know, I also think it's just inaccurate because I've never known of like an opiate you can get over by just overthinking it. So last time you talk to a heroin addict, like, hey, how did you quit heroin? Because I'm not stupid. I'm not a dummy, because obviously heroin's stupid. Duh. Think about it, dude. All right, cool. It wasn't methadone or anything? No, I'm just not dumb, all right? I'm just not dumb. I'm not one of the sheeple who's just like trying heroin. So you guys get it. What else do I have? I got some one-liners for you guys. Want to hear some one-liners?
Oh,
Yeah, one-liners. I like my women. This is another drug-related one-liner. I like my women like I like my coffee. I like my women like I like my coffee. Strong, black, and imported from third world countries. This one is not a drug-related one-liner, but it is another one. I like my women like I like my clothing. Loose, cheap, and picked out by my mother.
Wow.
The laughs came, but it was a lot of like words first. I heard a wow, and then I heard laughter. I was like, okay, I guess it's technically a joke. But if you get up on a stage and say something into a mic at an open mic and then you just get wows, it's not a joke. You probably just did something borderline hate speech. So it's good when I'm getting past that wow threshold into the joke zone where there's laughter. What else can I talk about? Anybody else remember the 90s? Any other 90s? I'm a 90s kid, so like I remember the 90s very well. The 90s were a wild time for me. And I think for everybody else here, you guys must remember this as well, right? You guys remember how tall everybody was in the 90s? Like in the 90s, I couldn't see past my parents' hips when I was just looking straight ahead at them. Now I tower over both of them. Isn't that crazy, the 90s? Just the 90s for you, I guess. You guys remember trying to like read stuff in the 90s? It's like stuff was written in like a different language. You guys remember that stuff? You guys getting this at least is just like the perspective of a kid in the 90s.
Oh, like what?
Yeah.
That was very weird.
Teenager.
Hey, I remember 29.
You're like younger than
You're
everybody in this
29,
room by like
like
9
9
years.
years.
Up to 20 years. Evan, how old are you?
31.
31. More like 2 years. That's 20 divided by 10.
Well, the two
I pay attention to math class teachers. What's up?
the two of you are young, but the rest of us are aged.
Aged, wizened, and wise.
I like wise.
Yeah, wise is better than wizened.
Let's use that one.
Yeah, wise is better than wizened.
Amen.
What else do you got? You guys like music? You guys like music in here?
Yes.
Yeah, you like music? I like certain types of music. I don't like trap music though. I like regular rap music. I don't like trashy rap music. That's what trap music stands for, by the way. Trash rap music. I especially don't like this group called Migos. Rest in peace, Takeoff, or Rest in Pieces. I don't know what to say about that yet.
Oh, that's a wild one.
It's a wild one. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the wild threshold. There you go. It's not a joke. It's just mean. I don't like their music though. So what do I say about that? It's just that they don't make like conscious, like actual, like thoughtful music. It's just like ignorant music that doesn't really have a message that's positive or negative or anything. It's just like money and clothes and women and, you know, sex and all that stuff. It's like what's the deeper meaning here? Like you're never gonna hear like a socially conscious Migos song. You know, if you did, it'd probably sound something like this. We got too many guns on the street, too many guns, too much war, and too much poverty, way too much poverty. Skirt! Skirt! All set? All set? I actually wanted to start freestyling there, but then that's not comedy anymore. That's just a rap open mic without a backing track, which is just, sometimes people on the street will do that too. I don't know what else to say about that. Where else can I go? Oh yeah, I was playing basketball today, and I was playing against this, no, it's actually yesterday, regardless. This guy was playing an I Can't Breathe t-shirt. I was like, oh, he's referencing, you know, like the, like Black Lives Matter movement, like George Floyd and all that stuff. And I was thinking later, like, well, you know, he was fat. So maybe that was just a cry for help. You know, I was like, dude, if you feel like somebody's stepping on your neck while you're on the basketball court, you should probably ask for a sub. You're probably operating outside of your physiological capacity if that's going on. You don't need to wear a shirt, you should just get off the court, buddy. Chivalry, I'll just riff on chivalry for right now. I don't know what to make of chivalry besides the fact that I like feminism a lot better. Because chivalry is just like the man should like do not everything, but like chivalry doesn't really work without like women just being resigned to the home. Can we agree on that at the very least?
No.
No? It doesn't. I think it does, because chivalry is like, let me get the door for you, let me, you know, walk on the correct side of the sidewalk, let me like open the car door. It's like, it's extra stuff for us, but like, where's the extra stuff for you guys?
Oh, wow.
Where's the reverse chivalry? I don't know what that is. And people might say, oh, well, it's childbirth. It's like, I guess. Don't we have the extra chromosome, though? Don't we have the Y? You guys just have two X's. I don't know where to go with that. Thank you. That's my topic, Gary.
Garrett House, everybody, one more time.